What's up, everybody? Welcome back to PlayStation Generation episode 78. My name is Matt, and I'll be your host for today's events. I'm joined, as always, by the Buckley's boy himself, Mr. Denny Raccoon. What's up, Denny?
What's going on, Matt? How are ya?
I'm doing all right, my dude. How you doing?
Oh, it's good. You know, October festivities are over. It's time to move on to November, which means what? Christmas shopping?
Christmas.
On Black Friday?
All of them Christmas shoppings on them Black Fridays. I feel you entirely. And of course, hanging out with us as always is the PlayStation Hokage himself, Mr. Rice.
Oh,
Whee! What's up, Rice?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
The crew is back together.
You can hear in my voice, if you're listening, if you're watching, that I am a
Masturbating.
little stuffy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm constantly in good vibration.
Dude, I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well still. I know you've been on one this week.
A little bit. And you know what? Listen. Just to actually make my life even more angry, I have been using Buckley's.
I was really ready for you just to like cold chug that thing to echo Denny's bit.
Oh my god. Okay, we're not sponsored, by the way, by Buckley's, but
no, we could be. Buckley's. Reach out to our people.
I'm absolutely pissed that this is working for me.
Isn't it? I'm telling you, man, that tagline of "it tastes awful, but it works" rings true. Their marketing department, whoever came up with that, I hope they get a cut of every bottle of Buckley's sold in perpetuity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
So my thought is, I don't think it was a marketing thing. Literally, I think they were testing it and they're like, oh, this tastes awful. But it works.
Print it.
That's it.
Print it. Run it.
$1 billion idea right there.
Rubber gold stamp that shit and send it off to the slaughterhouse because that shit kills.
You fucking heard it here first, you guys. Like, I use this and whatever.
Are we like the #1 Buckley's fan podcast on the internet at this point?
Absolutely. Probably. I think we should change our name.
One would say, welcome to Buckley's Generation
episode
where we run down the Buckley's through the ages. On this week's show, of course, we're going to be talking about Buckley's. We're also going to talk about some Dispatch. We're going to talk about some Arc Raiders. We're going to talk about some PlayStation Plus and a whole lot more, including the anniversary of the PS2. So strap in and prepare thyself for the show of a lifetime. Rice, I really hope you poured a little Buckley's in that ramen just for full effect.
It's a full show you Buckley's broth.
That's heinous. But you know what? Color-wise, it would kind of work. Danny, my dude, what you been playing the last couple of weeks?
Right.
I picked my moment. They're both eating. I was ready to put my shot here.
Well done.
I mean, okay. What am I playing? The only thing I've played a little bit this week, because it's been a crazy ass week, has been Pokemon ZA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I played it for like a whopping whole hour this week, but a little bit into it finally.
Who'd you pick starter wise?
Not Cyndaquil.
The Cyndaquil's not in the game, bro.
No.
Yes.
But
no.
No.
Tepig?
Oh, you picked Tepig.
You picked Tepig.
High risk, high reward.
You know what, Rice? He feels like a Tepig pick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or are you just someone who just gravitates towards fire all the time?
I've always picked fire starters.
Always pick fire. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm normally a fire pick too, but not a fan of Tepig.
Yeah, I tend to go and choose based on like what the stats are, but like I realize that's also a really nerdy thing to do.
So hold on, Rice, you're playing it? You're not playing it. You picked Totodile?
I picked Totodile.
We had this talk last time.
I know, but across the board, then we picked all 3 starters.
Correct. So we have the full.
We have the full gamut.
Holy shit!
And I do feel like they kind of go along with our personalities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That works.
Hell
that works.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying Pokemon, my dude. Maybe one day you'll play your PlayStation again.
Maybe.
Rice, my dude, what's been keeping you busy through your sick times?
Yes, absolutely. It did put a damper in my Ghost of Yotei progress.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to play a little something a little more less I guess not consuming. I guess less capacity that my brain needed to be at.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, I can't even speak. Borderlands 4 has taken that part because it feels like I can just
It's
do
mindless.
whatever.
Run and
It's
gun. Have
mindless,
fun.
man. You can, yeah, exactly. It's my new destiny. Full stop.
Full stop. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Thanks, man.
I'm looking forward for you to get back to Yote so we can talk about that some more too.
Yes, because we're figuring out a spoiler cast. Yes, I'm sorry
Figuring
about that.
out no, don't be sorry. You've been sick, and Yote's an involved game, and Borderlands. It just turn off your mind, listen to some jokes, and shoot some shit. So I feel you.
Mhm.
As for myself, I have been playing Dispatch. I fucking love this game. And when I tell you, I did not expect it to be in my top 5, if not top 3 for the year coming into it. I'm 4 episodes in. That's how many are out so far. I have like a preview up on the channel for the first 4. Dispatch, for anybody who's unaware, is like the Telltale style game where the main character is voiced by Aaron Paul, who plays like an Iron Man style man in a suit whose suit gets fucked up, and he now has to work at a superhero dispatching agency. So like a chunk of the game is, like the kind of normal choice and dialogue driven stuff that you'd expect from a Telltale game. And then the other half is like you're sending out heroes on different jobs around the city, and you're basically like a job will pop up and it'll say like, protect the crowd and attack the assailants or whatever, and you have to pick the best hero for the job. It's
Sick.
really, really good for someone who like I'm not generally a fan of the episodic approach. This is working so well because it's just over the course of like 4 weeks, 2 episodes a week, so you feel like you get a good chunk each week. And it's actually fairly like built like a TV show in terms of how each episode flows. So you kind of feel like you get a contained, there's a problem and a solution in every episode, and then it's also building out kind of the overall season stuff. I am really loving it. Aaron Paul, of course, from Breaking Bad, kills it as Robert Robertson. He's perfectly like sarcastic
Sick.
and sardonic.
Nice.
Jeffrey Wright as Chase, which is his kind of like mentor type dude, is fantastic. Their relationship is incredible. It's just the game. I will forewarn people, is really expletive heavy. There's a lot of swearing. To
Yeah.
some people, I can see that being a turnoff. For myself, the writing here feels like conversations that I would have with a group of friends.
So it
In
feels
terms
real.
of like, the amount of swearing, the way that they mess with each other and they joke at each other's expense. It just feels very. It hits my funny bone pretty much bang
Authentic.
on. To the point where like each episode I've been laughing. It's also gorgeous, like easily like
Yeah, this art is beautiful.
it's stupid gorgeous. If you basically just kind of tossed it up on a TV, you would think you were watching like an episode of Invincible. Like
Yeah.
that's the kind of vibe.
Yes.
Um, I did not expect this to be one of my favorite games of this year coming into it. I knew I was gonna like it, but like, god damn, it is so good. I encourage anybody to
Oh.
check it out. Um, fuck you, Denny. You just derailed me so goddamn. He just messaged us on Discord, and it just completely took me out. I'm really loving it. I'm excited for the back 4 episodes. If this ends up sticking the landing, or like even going, I think I can kind of see where things are going. But if it somehow manages to surprise me or catch me off guard, it's going to go up my list even more. Really, really, really loving Dispatch. Let's hop into our first story, because the second game I've been playing relates to that. We have got both the announcement and the drop of Battlefield Redsec. This, of course, is coming from the PlayStation blog written by James Matone from Battlefield Studios. Redsec is Battlefield's first ever free-to-play battle royale game, and it's launching today as of a few days ago. So you can go out, download it now. It's out there. It's in the wild. There's both duos and squads. Of course, you drop in, you choose your class. So very much still kind of keeping the Battlefield class system from the normal PvP. But here you basically get like a special ability. So like assault, I think like can revive enemies faster. Engineer can like open specific like safes that are around. There's a reason to play each one. And then like the Ring of Fire that kind of is outside that shrinks the map. If you get caught in that shit, it's immediate death. Which I really like because it's a much more active game, and something whenever I played something like a Fortnite or an Apex, it drove me insane when I was like in the final handful of people, and I was like, found a spot that I was really happy with in the circle, and then I get taken out from behind for somebody who's like, making a mad dash through the fucking the shrinking circle. So I've been playing this. I've been playing a bunch of it.
Sick.
I really like it. It is exactly what it sounds like, for better or for worse. It is a Battlefield battle royale. It feels like Battlefield. The gunplay is tight. It's awesome. Like, if you see, like earlier today, I was playing with my buddy, and we saw a few people in a building, and I had an airstrike. So I literally called an airstrike down on them, and it like leveled the building and took them out. Not even just because the airstrike hit them, because it took down the building that they were in.
Awesome.
So that destruction is still there. It's a blast. I'm really, really liking it. Not perfect. The map is okay. We're still kind of finding our way around it, but very cool. It's the most a battle royale has grabbed me in a hot minute. And I'm enjoying it. Has anybody else had a chance to check it out?
Yeah, I got to watch a few people. I got to play. Yeah, it's been exactly how you say. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's definitely a different pace than Warzone. Even in the little things too, like when placing an armor plate into your vest, like it takes quite some time. So that's not something that you're going to want to do when you're in tight quarters and you know that there are people around you. You need to be maneuvering your way. I think Redsec is kind of, it is a decent way to grab other players who don't yet have the game, try it out on these game modes. And then if you are, interested in more, then you're able to grab the full game and campaign and whatnot. So yeah, I think that it's pretty solid. I think that Battlefield is doing great right now, and I'm really happy that all of my Battlefield friends are like very, very happy with everything that's going on. So, it's not without issues, of course, but it is a really nice and pretty hefty swing into the oversaturated kind of genre. So yeah, well done, Battlefield.
Yeah, and I think, again, like we spoke about this last week, but the timing of it kind of hits at a good time.
Yes.
A few weeks after the game come out, it's not like 6 months later where the game's starting to lose momentum or everything. It's still hot, still fresh.
That's it.
Before we kind of dig into more news, I actually wanted to bring up a conversation that we were having last week. Rice and I were talking about Halo and Microsoft and the like, and I want to bring this up on two fronts. The first of one, there is a part of the conversation that I feel I didn't bring up in a way that I wanted it to, so I want to go back to that because, of course, part of the conversation around Microsoft is also the BDS movement. For anybody who's unaware, go do your homework. Global boycott, obviously going on for the terrible shit that's going on in Palestine and elsewhere.
Yeah.
And Microsoft is on that boycott list. And there's a lot of people who aren't engaging with stuff because of that. And I wanted to shut that out because it was something that was at the top of my mind last week when we were speaking about it, and I didn't bring it up in a way that I thought was, in a way that I thought explained things well. I really encourage folks to go check out the Critical Error podcast with friend of the show, Jake. They have a fantastic thing. It's not everything that I agree with, but they speak, as Jake especially, and Peter as well, speaks on this topic in a really eloquent way, in a way that I think, while I may not agree with everything, I do think it is important to listen and to understand. And us as gaming media critics, content creators, whatever the hell you want to call it, is an important thing for us to talk about and for important things for us to spotlight. They cover it in a much better way than I ever could. So I encourage you guys to go check it out. But I do think it's an important part of the conversation that we didn't really touch on. And I do think it's an important one to kind of bring up.
Hell yeah. Thanks for that, man.
And second of which, my cousin got back to me. Rice and I were talking about this. Do the youths even care? Yeah. And it was a resounding no. Apparently,
no. There are more people in the room.
He's first year university. There's he asked like 7 of his friends. Nobody cared. Nobody was interested in playing. Nobody gave a shit that Halo was now on PlayStation, nor that it was being remade in Unreal Engine. So,
I also posted a couple. I put out a couple posts, and I got some replies, and everybody who was either thinking about looking to get the game or for sure getting the game was over the age of 30. So it's pretty telling. Yeah.
Halo's for the youngs.
That's right.
I guess we'll find out. Let's run through some news. We got our PlayStation Plus drop for the month, hitting the essential category, and the games that we're going to have available to ourselves are Stray, EA Sports, WRC24, and Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, all playable on November 4th. If you're listening to the show live or within the first 24 hours and you haven't yet grabbed October games, make sure you do, because those are going to be going away in about 36 hours. So prepare thyselves. But yeah, we're getting Stray, we're getting EA Sports WRC, and we're getting Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Denny, how are you feeling about the month of November?
It's a meh month for me because I already played Stray for a little bit. I think it was already on PS Plus, or maybe it was on Game Pass. I don't remember.
It launched into Extra and Premium, so it hasn't been on Essential, but it has been on PlayStation Plus.
Got it. So for me, it's kind of a meh because I think obviously we played it on Premium. And the other two games I'm not too fond of. So for me, it's a month that I will totally glance over and bypass these games.
Bryce?
Honestly, dude, if you have not played Stray, it's a great representation of what a small team can create, and it be completely beautiful and unique experience. So when I played this and I found out how many people were on the dev team, I was like, man, this is impressive. And I should really, really love this game. So I'll give a shout out to Stray because that's like a really cool experience for me. The other two, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I agree. I quite liked Stray when it launched into Extra. For folks who may only be on Essential, I think Stray's a good get.
Yeah,
it won't be for everyone, but I think it's a sweet little game. It's not going to take you too long. It's cute. I think the front half of the game is stronger than the back half, in my opinion.
I agree there too.
When you kind of leave the main hub area, I think it kind of starts to meander a little bit, but I think it's a good game. It's a good game to play over a weekend, or if you have kids.
True.
And want to be a
short
cat
playthrough. Yeah.
And I'll echo the sentiments about the other two games. Neither one of these are for me in any way, shape, or form. I mean, after the absolute heater of a month that was October, November is fine.
It's all right.
It's all right.
All right.
Let's hit another story because Arc Raiders seems to be setting the world on fire in its first couple days here. Arc Raiders is coming from IGN, written by Vicky Blake. Arc Raiders is already one of the biggest extraction shooters ever on Steam. Arc Raiders has only been out for a day, but it's already surpassed the Steam concurrent peak player count of 264,673, making it one of the biggest extraction shooters ever on Valve's platform. Seems to be doing well from everybody that I've talked to that has been playing it. They seem to really, really like it. Of course, this is the new extraction shooter that just came out a few days ago. People really seem to be vibing with it. In an era where we are waiting for an extraction shooter in the form of Marathon, Arc Raiders seems to be that example of how to do this right. And I'm curious if either one of you is checking it out or is planning to.
This is news to me. I've been seeing a ton of ads for Arc Raiders, even ones that are targeting me, saying like, I would probably play this game, but just kind of put it off. But when I read this article, I was like, oh, maybe this is something that I should be checking out. And, will it kind of fulfill something that's, remember when I was like, I don't know how I feel about extraction shooters?
Yes.
Well, I want to see what this is about to see if that kind of engages me like other ones haven't. So I'm piqued.
Denny, Arc Raiders doing anything for you?
It's not. And that's fine because extraction shooters are not my thing. But I don't know. I feel like, and just kind of looking at this article here right now, like it's great that it is one of the biggest extraction shooters. It's 24 peak is so high, but what does that say to the game? Like, my question then would be, how will it sustain? Like, will it still sustain a high player rate, or will it be one of those things where it peaks really high and then we're just going to see the big like, boom, right? Because I feel like we've seen this before with other games, maybe not as high, but we see it starts off great, it goes off gangbusters, and then within a couple days or a week or month, it just drops off and nobody's playing. So it's not a big investment. It's only like, I think it's less than $60 Canadian.
It's 50
on Steam.
Canadian, yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize it was like a budget title. Budget, I use in air quotes, but a not full price title.
It's not.
That's why I say it's not a big investment, but I'd like to see it sustain before I think about investing.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Denny. Like this game, from what again, for all I've only heard positive stuff around it, but I'm not sure if extraction shooters are things that I'm inherently interested in. And I feel like for
Yes.
myself, like having the time and the space to like really invest in a multiplayer shooter is not something that I have in abundance anymore.
True.
And with Battlefield already kind of hitting, and and COD is not something that I'll be playing, but is around the corner. Um, I kind of feel two ways about it, where this could be a good time for ARC Raiders to hit and to build up a bit of an audience before COD rolls through it. And there's not a ton left in the year, so maybe that could kind of keep that momentum going. It's all going to depend on, how readily do they have content available? How is that drop going to look like? How often are there going to be new things to look forward to for these players? This would be a game that I would for sure check out if it hit PlayStation Plus. But I don't know if it was one that I'll be paying to kind of jump into and check out, just because I don't know if this as a genre is for me.
Yeah. There's too much uncertainty for all of us, really.
Yeah.
If it was free to play, though, would you? That's a completely that would have definitely given me more incentive.
But I definitely would have tried it out if it was free to play, but I also understand, the premium title. If totally. Get your bag, sell your shit.
Right. And if it's doing well, hey.
If it's doing well, hey, people are really vibing with it. That's it for the news, guys. We're starting to hit the end of the year here. We're kind of in that November lull where it's like, not quite Game Awards and Game of the Year season yet, but we're kind of through the majority of the kind of shit show that was the fall. Before we start talking about the PS2, I just wanted to check in with you guys. What's left kind of this year for you? Is there anything that you're still planning on picking up or still planning on playing, or if it's the backlog that you're going to kind of be running out over the course of the next few months as we round up the year? Because for me, and again, it doesn't have to be PlayStation specific, but like I'll kind of go first to give you guys a second to kind of figure this out. But I mean, for November, I am looking forward to, let's roll through this. I'm kind of looking through Wikipedia here because they have a pretty good list of games. I'm curious about Possessors, which is a new Heart Machine Devolver Digital game. That one kind of looks up my alley, along with Rue Valley, which is kind of like this Disco Elysium type where you're like in a time loop. Looks kind of those are two that I have my eye on. Yakuza hitting the Switch might be something that I dip into again, just because I have no self-control. Deadpool VR, I'm stoked on. Obviously, I like Marvel. I like VR. This is a thing, match made in heaven for me. Demon School is another indie that's around the corner where it's like a classic Persona strategy type game. Looks fucking dope. Kirby Air Riders, of course, is one I'm very excited about. I loved the one back in the GameCube era. So I'm very fucking stoked about a new Kirby. And like I keep being like, Sakurai's been doing these kind of like direct type things about it, and like I'll watch that man talk for hours about whatever the fuck he wants to talk about, because it is. I was like, why is he doing a 60-minute presentation about Kirby? I don't care. I watched the whole thing.
Kirby's the GOAT, man.
Kirby's the GOAT. And then rolling into December, Metroid Prime is. I've never really played any of them. I don't know if it'll be one that I'll be diving into, but I might.
I love that one, by the way.
Yeah,
it's very good. It's very good.
And Skate Story, I think, is kind of the last major one coming on December 8th. One of the most visually striking games I've ever fucking seen in my life. It's like, a mirror world skateboarding game. It looks insane. That's kind of what's left on my list for the rest of the year here. And of course, getting some Battlefield in and kind of checking out, kind of rounding out some games that I haven't gotten back to yet. I have a bit of Trails in the Sky to finish up, and along with Final Fantasy Tactics. So a couple of things that I want to get back to just to kind of clean up. Might go for the Yote Platinum, but that's kind of the rest of the year. Sure. For me. Rice, what's kind of left for you? Is there anything left, or is it backlogging? What's your
everything that you have mentioned? I don't know that I'm too invested in. Actually, there was one game that I missed this year that I probably will go back to after completing these two that I'm playing right now. I would love to just sit down and play through Death Stranding 2 and really like put my love into that, because I'd really love to maybe be a part of that conversation a little bit more, but I just hadn't gotten to that title yet. So that one, especially because that was such a highly anticipated one on my list, just didn't get to it. Other than that, I installed The Outer Worlds 2. No.
Okay.
Because some of my friends who were in the Outer Worlds community, they started playing it and they're really enjoying what they're seeing. So those are the two titles that I'm moving on to, given that I finished these ones in time.
Yeah, I think that's actually a good point. I want to go back. I like the two games that I missed this year that I wanted to play are Silent Hill and
Oh, that's
the 100 line, which I've started 100 line. Those are two I think I'm going to try to go back to before Angry of the Year season, because
hell yeah,
they're the ones I want to go give a little time to. And for many that I've spoken to, 100 line has ended up on some GOTY lists already, so I'm stoked.
Is that one Silent Hill F that you're wanting to go back to? Yeah, okay, cool.
Not even go back to, just try. I haven't played.
Oh, just try. Right.
Denny, what about you?
Yes. There's obviously the backlog that I'll be working on, but to add to said backlog, one game that just recently came out that I haven't picked up is the Tales of Xillia remaster.
Yep.
And if we look towards the future, there is Octopath Traveler 0, to mention something we haven't already talked about.
Right.
One of the best video game soundtracks. Like, they're just so great at that. Anyway, sorry.
It's amazing. No, you're absolutely right. Definitely will be looking at Metroid Prime 4. Because if you've played you need to play them, Matt. They're really good.
They are. Is it the first person thing?
No, I remember back when I was a kid, and I got my GameCube for my birthday. And one of the games that I was gifted was Metroid Prime.
Okay.
And I remember getting so stuck and so lost, like, immediately, that my kid brain was like, absolutely fuck this shit. And I traded it in within like the first week and then never went back. And it's not like, again, like, there's no reason for it. My buddy actually lent me his copy of the Metroid Prime remaster, the one, the one that came out not too long ago.
For the Switch.
So like I hopped in and I played a couple hours worth, and then I was just taken away by a deluge of other games that I've been reviewing and kind of working on.
That's fair.
I just haven't gone back yet. I was enjoying it, and I played some of Metroid Prime 4 at the Nintendo Canada holiday party, and it was cool.
So it's not grabbing you.
There's just something about it that's just not grabbing me. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey Denny, deep cut here. Yeah. In the original Metroid Prime, did you play early on in the release or later on?
Good question.
Because I wonder if Matt ran into an early glitch in the game that actually was patched with a later release.
Like a revision, right?
Yeah, a revision, because I played that early. Yeah, and I literally could not progress forward because of a bug.
My brain is also just real smooth, and I'm not good when it comes to like puzzles and running around and stuff. So like, it is entirely possible. I think I went and got like Super Mario Sunshine instead, and that hit all my serotonin levels. So it's entirely possible that I'm just stupid. But yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it was a bug. It was a bug.
It's maybe a bug.
Well, I know I ran into that, and that was
and by bug you mean that first boss, which is that giant bug in the test tube. That's the one you're talking about.
The literal bug.
The literal bug.
Yeah, you got it, Matt. You got it.
Yeah,
you're allowed to not like it.
I have to ask. I'm just curious. What did you trade Metroid Prime in for?
I don't know.
What'd you get instead?
He said Super Mario Sunshine.
It may have been Sunshine. Like I remember spending like a lot of time with Sunshine on the GameCube. Honestly, it may have been Dragon Ball Z, Budokai. It may have been one of the Budokais. Good. I don't remember exactly, but those are the games that kind of stand out to me from that era. So it could have been one of those.
Nice.
Fair. Sorry, Denny. That was a long detour.
No, it's good. It's a good detour because my list is done. Like literally, those are the only two games I'm looking at.
Let me ask you this: space. What's their top 3 backlog games that you want to get through by the end of the year?
Well, I gave you 2.
Not you, Denny specifically. Okay. Denny's backlog is about a mile long, so like, that's why I'm asking.
We should get some insight on this.
Hold up, let me pull up my Steam library because that might tell me a little bit.
Yeah, just look. It's hilarious.
Well, I do want to. Okay, so right now my goal is to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth before the end of this year. That's my big one. That's my must play. Finish.
That's valid. You know, I hope you do that.
Yeah.
According to the PlayStation thingy, I'm not too far, but this is the one game where I have been going to do everything and not just kind of like, all right.
Is this how we keep you accountable? You should just stream them. If you stream them, then we can all like heckle you into finishing.
then I'm gonna feel bullied.
That's a
and
crazy
a
statement.
whole different thing. Yeah, I know.
Also, I just want to remind you both that we have like a month and change left in our fantasy critic.
I
So
know.
if you want to put anything on the board here and even try to fucking play the game before next year's, but at the same time, you know,
I think
if
we
you
gotta send the link again in the Discord.
I don't remember my login.
fucking A, guys.
Yeah, the big one is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And then just some older games like I don't even know, man. There's too
Like
many.
The Last of Us or Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a game that
yeah.
you really love to mention. It's Horizon.
Yeah, you do love Horizon.
You love it so much that you want to finish it and make sure that everybody sees you finish it on stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna. I wish I could kick myself out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sparking Silvers, well done. I forgot our names. Sticky Rice, Bluebirds, and Old Balls.
Sticky Rice is actually doing like all right. Rice, you're doing all right here.
Like not bad for someone who's not paying attention.
Like if you slotted in a couple more games, this would actually be a bit of a fucking thing here.
A better score. Yeah, you're right.
Even Denny's projected to be not that far out.
So it seems to me what Matt is really saying is, I don't want to win like this.
No, man.
We're letting him win.
Yes, and this isn't okay. You know, we owe it to ourselves.
Old Balls court here. I mean, Judas is not coming, so get fucked there. Coffee Park Tokyo. I don't know what's going on there. Blop 7 is not out yet. And court has 2 things.
Blops.
So I'm done. All my games are in.
All your games are in.
All my games are in.
I should really put
fucking Blue Blur is over here. Denny with a nice thing. Crimson Desert is
it's actually a good list.
I know, and there's like room for plenty more. And like, let's see Rice here.
Yeah.
There's time, guys.
There is
and
time.
If not, y'all better fucking saddle up next year and get ready to get your shit.
No, or we're gonna owe Matt something. Some really expensive magic card or something.
Yeah, let's do that.
Didn't we first of all, every
let's do that.
Let's do that.
That's the one. What's at stake here?
Yeah, we can retroactively add stakes. No problem. I'm good with that.
Let's do it, man. Frig. World's gonna blow up soon.
Yeah, fuck it. All right, let's talk about some PS2. We passed the 25th anniversary of the launch here in Canada and the States, which was October 26th. In 2000, so coming up on we just passed 25 years. Let's talk about the PS2 a bit. Of course, we're a show called PlayStation Generations. We can spend some time talking about some older games here. I wanted to talk about like memories of the PS2, some of your favorite games back on the system. Of course, this was one of the top selling consoles of all time, partially because of the the DVD player that was included in this. That so many people had an affordable way to kind of get into DVDs because back in the day, that shit was expensive.
It really was.
So I wanted to talk. Tell me, Danny. Let's go to you first. So, any PS2 memories? Any games that you remember from that time that really meant a lot to you? Talk to me about them.
There's so many games, man. I loved that whole generation. To me, that is like peak gaming. From like great sports games, like I was really fond of SSX Tricky.
Yes, dude.
Let's go.
Played the shit out of Tricky.
Right?
Yes.
Games like Jack and Dexter, Persona 4. That was the first Persona game I played and it was on the PS2. There's so many. Like just everything was good. You like developers everything was good. That's all I can say right now. Like every single game I think of right now, or every single thing I think of when it comes to the PS2 is it's all under rose-colored glasses. And I'm so glad that I still have a PS2 and I still pull it out once in a while to play with, and it's always a good time.
I think
I see the era. You stop now.
This era of gaming for me was like when I was the most. I remember being like conscious for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the PS1 era and stuff. Like I was a child, and I was still a child here. But I remember like wanting games, and
you were a person though. Yeah.
I don't think anything will recapture the feeling of like getting home on a Friday after school and then like making the rounds around the house and going like, Dad, are you gonna take me to Rogers and or Blockbuster to rent something for this
Yes.
weekend? No, fuck you too then, Mom. You're gonna take me to one of the above? No, fuck you too. And then the weak link was always my grandpa.
Oh,
and I go to him and I'd be like, "Yo, Gramps, let's go."
Hell yeah.
He'd be like, "Bet." And we would go. And it would piss my parents off every time that they both said no, and I'd still find a way to get what I wanted. But like that feeling of like walking into a Rogers and being like, the world never felt as large as it did in that moment when you walk into a video game rental store and like you just have like, you know, rows upon rows of games that you have no idea what the fuck they are. All you have to go off of as a cover art and the vibes, and you'd pick something and it was either god awful. I remember one time like one of my best friends and I rented one of the Olympics games, and this thing was one of the biggest piles of horse shit I had ever played, to the point where like I emulated it on my Steam Deck after I got a Steam Deck, and I called him over and I was like, "Yo, we're gonna play something tonight." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Don't worry, just come." And again, we were ready to put our fucking heads through the wall playing this shit again because it's truly awful. But like, it's those kind of memories that like, you know, that feeling of like, what do I have in my hands today? You know, and I think that era is what is most imprinted in my mind for that feeling. As being like, am I getting something on the GameCube this week? Is it the PS2? Is it the OG Xbox? Like, where are my things taking me? Oh, that game I really wanted to is fucking not here. Some other motherfucker already took the shit. I guess I'm taking something else. Let's see what, you know, what vibes take me in this direction. It's just that this era for me, it's just so special because it still has that like Danny mentioned, those like rose-colored glasses, that like childlike wonder, but also being like, what the fuck is good this week? What am I going to be playing?
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. I think for me, this was really indicative of, this era was indicative of what would make me kind of like a tech enthusiast, a person that would follow tech for a really, really long time. So first I'll talk about my PlayStation 2 experiences. Some of my favorite games came from this era. Devil May Cry, kind of like changing the way that I really looked at action games. God of War 1 and 2. Let's see here, and one other one that I had written down. The Onimusha games, 2 and 3 in particular. Just like this really cool kind of samurai vibe, but also zombies and demons and stuff. That was really, really cool stuff. So on top of that, this is also a time where cell phones like the Motorola Razr Flip was a thing. I prided myself in T9 texting because you know, ABCs, that's so yesterday. Come on now, like we're on T9. Let's go. I remember going to the mall with my friends on a Friday night, and they were literally having this like T9 texting competition at Square One in Mississauga, where it was like literally like, yeah, I know. And like we lined up. I don't know, we won some like gift card or something. My friend won it because she like, it was just insane how much you could punch out in T9 in no time. But like it's just such a specific memory I've not thought about in years, that you bringing up T9 now just like brought me back to. It was so very real. It really felt like I was finding myself.
And for the youngins,
T9
texting is when each button from 2 onwards through 9 had 3 letters on it, and you basically had to learn, like if you pressed 2 3 times, so it would go to a C, and then if you did that to like C, and then you would go to D, or you would need E next, you'd have to go, and it was basically just like rhythmically smacking these buttons around to try and get to the letters that you wanted to. There was a certain magic to it, you know.
It was revolutionary. It was machine learning at its peak. And what I was kind of alluding to is that we are pretty privileged to have lived through that development in tech, because now it's plateauing and the bar is so high for young people to see that like it's very, very difficult to be wowed. I'm glad that we were wowed in this time, in this stretch of time, because there's just so many things. Like, guys, Windows XP came out within this era. Like that's crazy. And when I say Windows XP, and anyone that's listening or watching right now, you know the sounds. You know the sounds from that XP era.
You know the background from that era.
That
The
thing's
stupid
iconic.
prairies with the sky and stuff.
Yeah, the fucking field, whatever, dude.
The like royal blue with the start button that's green.
The green start button, yeah.
Goodness.
And like, talking about, GTA coming next year, this was like the era where GTA really started. Like playing Vice City and San Andreas for the first time. I remember like getting together with the guys for sleepovers on the weekends, and like we had to like, one of them managed to like con their parents into getting them GTA, while the rest of our parents were like, "What do you mean it's rated M?" And we would like, wait till our parents weren't around, and then slap Vice City or San Andreas in. That era was just crazy. Metal Gear Solid 2. The absolute like whirlwind around that with fucking Raiden. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, I think, are some of the most formative games of myself growing up. Of course, God of War, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, but for me more specifically, Jak 2 and Jak 3, those weird bastard games that came after the bright and colorful original. DDR, dude.
Yep.
Me and my friend,
all the DDRs.
We had the mats. And we would literally like race back after school and just like DDR it out. Guitar Hero, bro.
Guitar Hero, man.
Tony Hawk. Like both like
bro.
Across the Pro Skaters and Underground. Like these are games that like, just so formative in our journeys growing up that like I wonder now that like, we had this kind of array of games that you would never have that experience and anything else at the time. Like at the time, playing Kingdom Hearts, there was nothing like it. Playing Ratchet and Clank, there was nothing like it. Nowadays, where there's been so much innovation, and it's gotten to the point where there is a normally accepted way that a game should feel, control, and camera work, and how it should look and how it should play. Back then, dude, it was the Wild West.
Yeah,
true.
And not to mention, a lot of today's stuff is actually trying to recreate some of these IPs that existed and were created at that time. So there's like you say, less variety, less kind of entry points or unique experiences, and that's like something that I'm really proud to have experienced in this time. This was huge. Another title that comes to mind for me was Beautiful Joe.
Oh my god, dude. Yes.
Yep.
I played
so amazing.
Out of Beautiful Joe.
Yes. And like, that's one thing that like my friends would come over after school and like, we rocking V. Okay.
We rocking V.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're doing that right now. We're doing that right now. And hours. Even if we had essays due the next day, it's fine.
Dude, Burnout. I'm not a big like racing person, but Burnout through to Takedown or even Paradise City. Again, just insane. Like I would just be wrecking shit.
So good.
Oh man, that series was so special.
I'm surprised no one's talked about like X-Men Legends or Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
So many.
There's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, like all those kind of like top down like dungeon crawler style games. Those were amazing.
Ultimate Alliance was crazy. That went hard, bro.
Dude, the Dragon Ball and Naruto fighting games from that era between like Budokai, Budokai 2, Budokai 3, and then I don't even remember the Naruto ones, but I remember Ultimate Ninja.
Ultimate Ninja. That's where it started. Yeah.
And like I remember so like vividly, it was me and my best friend at the time. We were both like, big anime kids. And like, I would go Rock Lee and he would go, what was the dude with the eyes? Neji?
Yeah. With
and like and it was just exactly, with the Byakugan. And we would just lock in and we would play for hours. That 1v1 that we would just be like dancing around each other. And again, we were kids, but we were both so locked in that like we had all the combos down, we had all the things, and like I'd be Rock Lee and dropping my weights and get faster and shit.
Oh my god, dude.
It's just so special.
Yes. And then ultimate reminder that we are getting older. But that's something that like I can own that, and just like no one's ever gonna offend me by being like, oh, you're old, you lived in the PS2 era. I'll be like, bro, you don't know
the best era ever.
Yeah, you do not know what you missed. I still think my favorite era of gaming.
It's so
like
good.
that time of like, because that was basically like the PS2, the GameCube, the OG Xbox, the Game Boy Advance SP was around that time. Like it was just time where like gaming was just hitting on all fronts.
Yes.
In such a visceral way. And like, of course, like the Final Fantasy X,
Yep.
We'd be remiss not to talk about, of course, that Persona was one that I wish I played in that era, but I didn't get to that until the Vita. The Yu-Gi-Oh game, Duelist of the Roses. You know how much time I spent on that shit?
Oh, that's a sick mention, actually.
And even now, like
That's a good one.
everything old is new again, right? Like we had Sparky
Yeah,
Zero come out last year, which is
that's right.
the next Tenkaichi. We have Onimusha coming out next year again. We have God of War back and new, and
Yes.
there's
Aren't
just
they remaking Okami as well?
they're making a new Okami.
Oh, they're making a new one. Yeah.
They're making a new Okami.
That was pretty.
And that was a PS2 game, right? Okami.
That was a PS2 game, and one of the most beautiful, arguably.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the most.
It's also where Yakuza got started. The Spider-Man 2 movie game is still one of the best licensed video games ever.
100,000%.
Man, like it just feels Resident Evil 4, bro.
Oh my god, there's so many like banger titles from this. Like,
how we knocked about Taunton? How we knocked? How we knocked?
Good sentence.
How have we knocked? Eco and Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, Shadow of the Colossus. What a goated title. I mean, it is part of PlayStation's greatest hits. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Just
so many
incredible things. Let us know in the comments and stuff what some of your favorite games if you were around in that era, because there's just so much special shit there.
Yeah, we're definitely missing so many. Like there was a ton of stuff. There was such so here's an experience that I'd love to share. Like,
share it.
I didn't own the PlayStation 2, by the way. I lived in an immigrant household, and in this time, actually, we would have been pretty not new, but like we had only been a few years in Canada. So I was living in a household of like 20 people. So it was myself, my uncle, and my cousin who lived in the basement, and there was a divider. This was probably like the worst setup, by the way. Divider, and the other room would have been my grandparents. So unfortunately, my grandparents had to really like listen to literally all of our gaming experiences on the PlayStation. And PlayStation 2, we would just be causing a ruckus because we were playing either Tekken, every version of Tekken, the Gran Turismo series, and some scary shit like Resident Evil. And so we were always screaming. But I know that I'm not alone in you wanting to come home and just like hang out with the fam, sit around. Like this was before Twitch, before streaming and all that. So being in one room and just like even watching someone play a single player game, I think that was like peak for me in this era. PlayStation 2, man. Whew,
I'm with you there. Like, I lived with my grandparents our entire lives growing up. Like again, immigrant household. There was nowhere else to go. It was us, in small rooms and in spaces. Like the reason I got a PS2 was I think like my dad won one at work or some shit. And like,
snap.
He had a guy at work that would burn games because it was too expensive to buy them outright. So like this was the era where we started to buy stuff a little bit more because the PS2 games, the guy didn't burn them as much or something. But like this was the era where me and my middle brother would be playing, and of course my youngest brother at the time was too young, but of course he wanted to play. So this was the era of plugging in the GameCube controller by like sliding it underneath the PS2 and giving him the controller. But like, bud, you're playing with us. No worries.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it. Denny, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Sonic Heroes.
Because that was a GameCube game for me, and that's where it ran best.
Oh, I see.
But at that time point, I think I had a GameCube first, and then I got a PS2. Yeah, but okay, this is gonna be a really weird memory. But have you guys seen how many variations of this console there are?
There's so many.
There's a lot.
Let's go through the list. Why not?
Why not? Right? No, the only reason why, because so this was a very weird pastime that I had as a child because I didn't know what else to do on the internet. But there was a store in Honolulu, Hawaii that used to sell all these different variations. They're gone now. They're closed.
Sure.
And please don't, anyone who's listening, do not look it up. Their website used to be toysandjoys.com. Don't go there.
Different now.
Yeah. No, like I Googled them, they're closed, but like they would have and sell all the different variations. And I remember seeing like the golden PS2, which was like a Gundam variation. They had like the Gran Turismo 4 variation, which was like this what's the word? What's the opposite of matte? Glossy white. Yeah. They had like they also had right? The Fat Boys, the Slims.
The Slims. That's what's downstairs in my basement right now. The Slim.
Yeah, I have a Slim as well.
That and like I think I've seen like One Piece special edition PS2s and stuff. Yeah, dude, there was so many. Again, this is a time where like special edition consoles were exactly that, and they actually looked fucking cool. They didn't look just like stickers upon a bunch of shit.
Nope.
Holy shit, I forgot about the PlayStation Eye.
The iToy, yeah.
The iToy.
Oh my gosh.
Denny, this link is dead.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no, you put it in an extra.
I probably hit a button.
Is this a TV that was also a PS2?
Yep.
No way.
Dude, these color waves.
Oh,
the
that
fucking
ocean
the translucent ones.
Oh,
what I would do to get a current console that looks like this.
Yeah, this was fire.
Yeah,
like, this was fire. So dude. Sick.
Not to mention one of the more. I mean, I think all of PlayStation's opening screens are pretty iconic, but I really loved PlayStation 2.
I love the fact that your background changed depending on what you had on your memory card, like the number of saves, the number of games,
dude.
Like dictated how many towers you had in the background.
I love that.
Do you remember like going into your memory cards and like each little game had their own little icon that would literally take up like a grid, like a spot on a grid?
So fun.
Yep.
And like some would just be like a static photo, but others were GIFs.
Yeah, they'd move ever so slightly,
animated and stuff. Oh, so
crazy work.
Do you guys remember the memory card shortage?
No.
Tell us.
There was during can't remember what it was, if it was supply chain issues or quality issues, but from 2002 is like when the PS2 first came out, it was very hard to get like a first party memory card.
Dude, that was the era of third party accessories.
Oh
Mad Cats controllers that we had and shit.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's true.
I misspoke. The One Piece one was a PS3, but look at this shit. Look at this.
I remember that. Yeah.
Fucking
Oh, chill.
Gorgeous.
So
yeah, write in. Tell us some of your favorite memories. Tell us some of your favorite PS2 games. What an era that was.
So cool, man.
Let's hit some questions.
So
we have a few. We have a few this week, my friends.
Okay,
let's talk about them. First one's coming in from Black Wyver, writing, "Hey guys, the Game Awards a little over a month away. Which game would you like to get an update on to revive some hope? I'd love it if we got some official news on either Little Devil Inside or Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. Take care and have a great week ahead."
Oh,
good question, my dude. I would love to see more on Little Devil Inside. That was such an interesting little indie that seemed to have so much behind it and then just went nowhere. I think it's too early, but I'd love to see more on the Persona 4 remake. I would love a Persona 6 announcement. Fucking, it's been almost like a decade at this point since Persona 5 original came out, so like give me something new.
Give it
and like I want to see that Splinter Cell remake.
Yeah,
give me that. Give me that. Just tell me what's going on when it's coming.
Don't give me hope.
Yeah, and similarly, I love the original Prince of Persia, so I'm hoping that thing is actually coming along well. Denny, any games that you're looking to or hoping to get an update on? That Sonic Heroes remake rumor?
No. If it's not a Final Fantasy 9 remake, I don't want another remake. I don't want another remaster.
Denny, did you see that rumor going around that the Final Fantasy 9 remake might be dead?
If I don't hear it, it's not true.
Okay. It brings me just a modicum amount of joy to tell you that.
I swear to God, the second I see you in real life, Matt,
I will pour Buckley's down your throat.
You'll never cough again. I honestly want more information about Intergalactic. Like, we got an announcement last year at the Game Awards. I need to know more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. I just need to know more about that.
I second that.
Intrigued.
We have been joking around about the whole Last of Us thing, but no, come on, like it's about time that we got some more stuff on that, because I'm genuinely excited for the IP.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm out here, I'm like, guys, I can't like hype y'all up if you don't give us anything. So I want them to know that I can see that it looks like they don't care by not showing me more stuff. There probably was a better way of saying that, but you understand.
Sure. Yeah. No worries. Our next question coming in from Savoy Prime, saying "Sup PG3." I love that as a nickname for the three of us. Very, very much. PG3.
Let's go.
What's a
Sound like a
genre
movie
you
rating.
used to love but can't bother with now? For me, it's collectathon platformers. I used to love them, but now I'll usually give them a multi-pass. Nice. Even though I enjoyed Astrobot's Playroom, I still haven't played Astrobot 2024 yet, nor do I really feel compelled to. Is there a genre you guys used to fuck with that just doesn't hit the same anymore?
I do second the notion of or the sentiment of platformers. With the exception of Astrobot, I actually don't play a lot of platformers, which is why when I'm playing an open world game that has a platforming section, I hate my life. So that for sure. Like this stupid platforming section that someone whose normal brain could probably do in like 2 seconds. It's taken me 3 hours. It's terrible.
Russ is like, why can't I land on the next thing in front of me?
Oh, so bad.
Denny, any genres for you that just don't hit the same?
The whole open world GTA-esque clones. So like all the Saint Rose, kind of over them. I mean, I think we got a lot of them at a time and point, and ever since then, it's not left the greatest taste in my mouth. So I'll just wait for GTA to come out and make those the ones that I play. Everyone else can, yeah, I'll pass.
You mean Mind's Eye isn't shooting to the top of your most wanted list?
That's not. Yeah, no, that's definitely not on the backlog.
Yeah, I think for me, I echo the collectathon platformers. I still love platformers, but the collectathon where like the Banjo-Kazooie style, where you're just running around ad nauseum collecting things, just don't have the time for it. And shooters, for me, while I'm not off of them, I find them harder to engage with because there's something about a single player shooter campaign that just doesn't hit right for me anymore, where I'm just kind of like feel like I'm just going through the motions. And multiplayers, again, as someone who's just talking about Redsec and Battlefield, it's not that I don't like them anymore. Like even when Marvel Rivals came out, I really loved what it was doing. I just don't have the time to invest in them anymore. And when I do try and jump in, I just feel like I get fucking rolled so hard that I just don't enjoy playing them as much.
It's not satisfying.
So while it's not a genre that like I like any less, I just feel like I'm just not at a point in my life right now that I can like actively invest in them in a way that like I would like to make them fun again, if that makes sense.
You're also killing tons of NPCs.
Yeah.
Keeps me up at night sometimes.
Nagachaka writes in saying, which edition of Resident Evil Requiem did the crew order now that pre-orders are finally open and live? Standard Deluxe edition with the Steelbook or the Collector's edition exclusive to Japan only? Of course, Nagachaka, a massive Resident Evil fanboy. Did any of you pre-order RE9?
No.
I was gonna say, Nagachaka, you're just like, I see how you recruit people. You're just like, you just tell people that they're gonna pre-order stuff.
Yep.
I appreciate that. I haven't made a pre-order. I have not put enough of a time investment into the Resident Evil franchise to really put an investment in this. But I have members in my community that are going to pick this up. Definitely going to be the highest tier edition, and I will be checking that game out through them.
Yeah, for me, I may try and review it. Again, like my love for Resident Evil is kind of like ebbed and flowed over the years. While I am excited about Requiem from what I'm hearing and some of the rumors and stuff, it does sound the most interesting that I've been in a Resident Evil in a hot minute. But I'm gonna try and review it.
Okay.
If not, then I'll wait for reviews and kind of make a judgment call at that point. I don't really pre-order games much anymore, just because like I want to either know that there's something that I want to invest my time into, but we'll see. Dragoon Arc writes in saying, with Wolverine coming next year, what would you like to see from Marvel if they were to do an X-Men game in the near future? Also, who would you really want for them to include as playable characters? Rice, tell me.
Cyclops.
Yes, good answer.
God
Give
damn
me,
it,
give me.
why?
Why? Man, give me Cyclops.
Sucks.
No, give me proper Cyclops. Don't give me bitch
James
about Gene
Marsden.
and yeah. You know that version of Cyclops is not canon to me. Yeah, give me like I don't give a
X-Men 97
fuck. Cyclops. Yeah.
X-Men 97 is the coolest Cyclops has ever been, bar
Mhm.
none. And he
Yeah.
still doesn't deserve more than a room in the basement.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't know that Matt was like a
Oh,
Cyclops.
I'm a
hater.
Cyclops hater, bro. He's
Okay,
he's
listen, I respect it.
He's one
I
of my good
respect
friend's
it.
favorite characters, and I'm like, he's a worse Captain America. He's like, what if Spider-Man, like emo Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3 was just a character and you have Cyclops?
Damn. So you don't fuck with the concussive blast?
Bro, nobody can decide on what his powers fucking are. Half the time they're heat, half the time they're concussive. They're supposed to be concussive, but the way that
From my understanding, it's concussive.
it is
blast.
concussive. It is.
But people change their arguments, is what you're saying?
I mean, his powers don't seem like they're fucking constant. Sometimes they're fires.
Interesting.
Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes he opens his eyes and cries a little bit. Sometimes he doesn't. Gene.
Oh,
Fucking
shit.
shut up, bro.
All right, yo.
Okay.
Yo, honestly, whoever's listening right now, are we gonna take the Cyclops hate? I wonder if there are other Cyclops haters out there, or
If
or
there
if you're a
are
stan
none,
like
I'm
me.
dead.
Now that said, Wolverine is my dude. Like I told you, one of my it's Wolverine and Spider-Man. Those are my top two. Okay, I'm gonna let Denny answer.
Sweet.
Because I'm like, damn.
All right. My answer is to make it the same playable characters as the 1993 video game that was out on the Genesis. So you have Wolverine, Gambit, Cyclops, and
Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is my boy.
You have those four, and like, you know, maybe you have like some missions where you use the same support characters like you had in the other game. That's it.
Actually, there's one character, another character that I would love to see, but like one character needs to be done properly. Rogue did not get a fair representation in the movies that we got. I think that like Rogue is super badass and needs to be like fully realized in something. So I would love that.
I think for me, I want one of two things. Either give me another Ultimate Alliance that's on more than just the Switch. I loved the what was it, Black Order, the last Ultimate Alliance. I actually really fucked with it. My wife and I played it and really enjoyed it. But it was landlocked to the Switch. So either give me a new Ultimate Alliance or give me an X-Men game in the style of Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I think if you take Eidos's Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a criminally underrated video game, that nailed having one major playable character and then the rest of the cast feeling as integral to the combat and to the writing and to the story at large, that like I feel that's the kind of way that they should go about it. I don't need multiple playable X-Men. Ground it on one character. And have the rest kind of, be able to like Mass Effect style, call out attacks and like synergize and stuff. And I'm gonna say this: Cyclops and Jean Grey are amongst the most boring fucking characters in the entire X-Men stable. Those two could never show up again, and I'd be fine. So give me Kitty Pryde as the main character. Shadowcat is a fucking baller who deserves more respect. Give me Rogue, give me Nightcrawler, give me Gambit, and then give me like Colossus. Give me some big boy. Give me a vibe of like these kind of not B tier characters, but in comparison to kind of some of your heavy hitters, like your Iceman's, which is Iceman's dope as fuck. I'm not nothing bad against Iceman. Give me this kind of like almost. It's B team isn't a fair way to kind of call them because there's still some mainliners there, but like give me that with like the Guardians of the Galaxy style game in terms of its writing and the heart and the wackiness that game brought. Give me an X-Men game like that.
Because the character development in that game was so great. You felt like you were growing with the plot, and it was also very meaningful. So I agree with that. And we don't need Cyclops for that. That's fair. Did you read Avengers versus X-Men?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably some of the worst Cyclops writing.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But is that like
assassinate?
That's what I'm asking though. Is this what you view of Cyclops in like Avengers versus X-Men? Because yeah, he sucked in that.
Yeah, he sucked ass.
Okay.
Every time I read an X-Men comic book, I'm just like, oh my god, more Cyclops. Just move past this. Move past this. Next page.
Okay, what do you think about Havoc?
Havoc's cool. I have no problem with Havoc.
Okay.
There's a reason why, and I'll say this right now. Full stop. There's a reason why X-Men First Class is the best X-Men movie.
Okay. I feel like this is a whole separate episode.
X-Men 1 and 2, X-Men 2, sorry, X2 still fantastic. X-Men 1 is 3 sucks. And then like again,
X2 was the only one for me.
Days of Future Past sucked. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it was not great. Anything past that is just awful. X-Men First Class took everything that an X-Men movie should be, boiled it down to a ragtag group of B characters, made them important while you still had your Beasts, you still had your Xaviers, you had so many interesting moments in First Class that we never got again, and that we had never seen before in an X-Men movie, before they shit the bed entirely with like your the rest of your fucking apocalypses and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's fair. I will give you that. Like if we're talking about anyway, that's a whole other conversation. I should really not dive into that right now. This is about to be a 3-hour podcast.
All hitting on Cyclops, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now I know, bro. This is good. We're learning so much about each other.
Let us know how you would want what's the X-Men game that you would want to see in the future.
Thanks for your question.
Thanks for your question. Thanks for everybody for writing in. This was the questions were a lot of good here. Fucking get this Cyclops gif out of here, Denny. That brings us to the end of this week's show, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate all of you as always. Denny, if people did want to hear more from your Cyclops saving ass, where can people do so?
Well, they can probably find me on Twitch and or Instagram, and then a couple other places which are all on my Linktree. So Linktree/Tenerican Gaming. Go
check out Denny and all the spots, of course. And Rice, my boy, where can people see you?
Absolutely. If you want to see more Cyclops art, which I've been posting on, I'm just kidding.
Listen, I'll say this real quick. I hope he dies real fast in Doomsday. Okay, I hope he gets slaughtered immediately.
I think that would be hilarious because it'll just be a cameo. You can find me on my Linktree /RiceBoYYYTV. I have been kind of a little slower to reply this week because I've been a little sick. So I have been quietly editing some stuff offline, which will be posted onto my YouTube channel this week. Thank you so much.
Go check out Rice's YouTube channel and all the spots. Of course, we'll be here each and every week. You can find myself here on Console Creatures and at ButWhyThough.net, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you all as always. Take care of one another, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.